Welcome back to Fax The King. This is episode 2. I'm absolutely fucking thrilled to be here. We got Dr. Fax. We got William the Boy Fauché, Frat King Superstar. Thanks for showing out for episode 1. The powers that be have greenlit us for 2 episodes. God bless you. We're thankful for that, and we are thankful for all of our viewers and listeners, aren't we, Fax?
Yes, we are. And remember to check us out every Wednesday on YouTube and anywhere else you can get your podcasts at. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe and hit the little notification bell on YouTube so you guys don't miss out when we post new content. This is a channel that we want to build around our fans and you guys, and we're so thankful for last week that we want to build off of it, and we are excited for what we have to come on Fax The King.
Yeah, and anything you guys want to see, Fax and I are men of the people, so please just give us a shout, comment, hit us in the DMs. My DMs are always open, guys, and we will do our best to serve you. I'm ready, Fax. This is going to be good. I threw a fat Zin in, hiding it behind the mustache here. It's really, really fun. Honestly, right before podcasting is an elite time for a Zin. Actually, wait. There's also another really good time.
When?
At the movie theater.
Oh.
Especially if you're at a 3-hour-long showing of the new hit film Oppenheimer, directed by Christopher Nolan, which I saw on Sunday. I actually went to a matinee, which I kind of loved. The matinee movie experience it's fucking back, dude. Like, I woke up, got some breakfast. I was with my brother, I was with some friends, got a little brunch, went right over to this movie. You know, I had my candy. I was ready to go. 3-hour-long movie. I saw it in 70 millimeters too, which is kind of a unique thing that
we'll talk about
Christopher
that
Nolan
later.
shot it. Okay, save that. And honestly, I had a good time. Have you seen Oppenheimer at all, Fax or Foch?
I did not. I opted to go see Barbie, which I also went to go see at a matinee, but I don't know what you're talking about. Matinees never left, bro. Matinees have they've always been there. And I feel like matinees is probably always the time to go to a movie, yo. Get a little bit more space, a little less traffic, because trying to get to a movie like at night or a prime time, I think it's just chaos now. And I think I'm getting to the age that when there's kids in there younger than Fauché, it's like, I don't really know if I want to be in here right now. I don't know if I want to see this movie with a bunch of teenagers.
Like Fauché. The matinee experience is fucking awesome too, especially a 3-hour-long movie. Yeah, I mean, I guess I just hadn't been to a matinee in a while, and I really appreciated it. It was so fucking refreshing, you know? Let's hear your pitch, Fax. What do you got? Sell us on Barbie.
So here we go. Barbie is cool just because it's a classic toy, and throughout the movie they do a good job giving the history and showing the toy and then matching it up with the real life character. And just like a small storyline, which is really funny, is they at one point had a pregnant Barbie doll named Midge, and Midge got discontinued because the exec overall felt like it was quote unquote too weird. And so like the way they in the storyline, they kind of incorporate that, and then they kind of like alienate the pregnant girl. It was like a funny but like informational storyline, and just what other dolls also that just kind of didn't work. But also on the Ken side, what I didn't like, even though they did have a lot of black, like a good amount of black Kens, they did a good job across the board, kind of like covering every ethnic background for different characters. But what I didn't like, they didn't have any like gangster Kens, and we all know in real life these Barbie type girls, like they like the gangster Ken. So the fact that they didn't throw in a gangster Ken, I felt like they missed the ball a little bit with that. But I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if movie theaters are getting too comfortable now. This movie wasn't too long. I think it's just under 2 hours, and I'm not gonna lie, I took a good 35-minute nap. during the movie. It's so funny because I woke up and I feel like my girl, she might have took a TikTok of me or a video of me sleeping, but I definitely seen a good portion of the movie, and surprisingly enough, my girl said the part that I fell asleep on, honestly, was the worst part of the movie. She was like, it was a drawn out plot that was kind of weird, but a lot of jokes about them not having vaginas, like real vaginas and body parts, which I thought was kind of weird. Like if it's geared for kids also, but
they got to throw those jokes in there for the parents. You know what I mean? Get the parents involved a little bit.
And not to make fun of anybody, but there was a kid sitting next to us in the movie theater, and he was one of those heavy breathing, open mouth kids.
Oh, bro, you were fucking snoring during the movie. And you're making fun of some kid for breathing with his mouth open.
But he was snoring and he was awake. There's a difference. There's a difference. He was awake, and it was something where when the movie like was about to start and it just gets quiet for probably like 10 seconds, you just hear this kid. And people kind of like turning and looking to see like what it is, and the kid's just like, I guess that's just like his normal breathing. But overall, I think I would say the movie's probably like a 7 out of 10 for me.
Had you not fallen asleep, it might have been an 8 out of 10. All right, that's pretty solid facts from our honorary gangster Ken with Snow Bunny Barbie.
Yeah, I know,
right? What kind of accessories would come with gangster Ken? That's what I want to know. Just a little fucking gun.
I mean, if you want to be, if you want to take it extreme, you can. But I mean, I feel like dreads. I feel like a lot of tattoos, maybe some piercings, but who knows? I think they kind of they did have a Ken who did kind of have dreads, but it was like they wanted it to seem like he had dreads, but at the same token, they didn't want it to make it seem like he had dreads, so it was kind of weird. And some of the Kens weren't manly enough, like honestly. So it was kind of like, it's kind of weird. And Ken's a simp. He's like a major simp, like major.
Bro, I would simp Margot Robbie. I already do, kind of. Like I'm fine with that.
Not gonna lie, I would simp. I would simp for that mansion, to live in that mansion with her. The Barbie mansion is fucking dope. I'm not gonna lie. Them bringing that to life was kind of fire, and to see that, and it's just like, yo, this is funny. Like, just if you were a Barbie fan or a little girl, like where you were like fortunate enough to have like those big ass mansions and those accessories, and then to see that in life size I think that was kind of dope, and I think they did a good job with the props in that aspect of the movie.
All right, dope. Let me tell you guys about Oppenheimer. Foch, this is definitely a film that you got to see. First of all, I don't know if it's just the fact that I like saw a lot of movies in Philly or like after the pandemic or what it was, but like the movie going experience has been declining lately in my mind. People are fucking on their phones all movie. Like I had a guy answer his cell phone in a movie I was in, and I was like about ready to just pitch him out. Yes.
No way.
It was brutal, bro.
Absolutely you didn't, no one said anything.
This was not during Oppenheimer, but like it was so bad, like loud talking during the movie. However, I had a great matinee movie experience. The theater was packed. People were dressing up. Like there was this dude that had like fedoras and pipes and stuff, which like I thought was kind of fun, honestly. So it's cool to see a 3-hour long historical biopic movie that like had a packed theater where people were like really into it. Like this is a dialogue heavy movie and everyone was fucking locked in. So I like that. And then I also, like I alluded to this earlier, like seeing it in 70 millimeters was fun. And then it kind of had the ticker tape or whatever from the film going through the projector in the background, which I don't know. It was kind of a cool experience. I liked it. But as for the movie itself, really fucking well written. It didn't feel like a 3-hour long movie. Like it was definitely long, but it kind of like it kept you in it the whole time. And the acting was really fucking good. Emily Blunt killed it. in her role. Like, she had some really shining moments towards the end of the movie. Robert Downey Jr. is fucking great. I also thought Matt Damon did a really good job with like some really good comedic relief in there, and I kind of liked him. Like, sometimes when I'm watching Matt Damon in a movie, all I'm seeing is Matt Damon, and I'm like, okay, like, I understand that you're playing a fucking role here, but like, I just cannot get the fact that you're fucking Matt Damon out of my head.
So the sex scenes were 15 minutes, or it was 15 minutes total of sex scenes?
15 minutes total, but like, there was a point where like,
how many sex scenes would you say that were in there?
I'd say like probably 3 sex scenes, but maybe like 4 pretty serious nude scenes. Like, there was a nude scene where Oppenheimer was kind of like on trial almost. Like, he was up in front of a committee getting asked like a bunch of very personal questions, and his wife was there, who's played by Emily Blunt, talking about this affair he had with the character played by Florence Pugh. And like, they did a really good job of showing like how exposed Oppenheimer felt in that moment. Like, they had him just being naked, and then like once they started talking about his affair, they had like Florence Pugh there, like kind of like fucking riding him. Like, definitely couldn't show that one in the classroom. It was a good scene though. Like, it just did a really good job of showing like how he was just being totally undressed in front of this committee, which was good. But honestly, man, it was a fucking good movie. It's one that like sticks with you. It makes you think about stuff. A friend told me that he thought they did a really good job of portraying like the inner turmoil of Oppenheimer and like kind of how fucked up he was about it all, which was something good. So I mean, I'd highly recommend it. I don't know if it's a date night movie, Foch, but it's definitely one that you want to go see. Go to brunch with your boys and then go see Oppenheimer after, just like I did, man. It was a good experience.
Yeah, you guys want to sit there with your homeboys and watch 15 minutes of sex scenes, so you guys can sit there sporting wood during the movie with your homeboy. You guys are weird.
Hell yeah.
You guys are
That's
weird.
a lot more fun than falling asleep in the theater, you know?
It was a good nap. I can't lie. It was a good nap. Theaters are too comfortable now. Like, the theater I went to, like, you have a call button. Like, you write down your order, and then you just put a piece of paper up and press the button, and someone runs up, takes that paper, and then comes back with your order. Like, I haven't been to the movies in a long time, and I love the service. But my beef of the week this week is with IMAX, is finding out that there are only 19 70 millimeter theater screens for the real full IMAX experience. And I'm realizing now that when I'm going to IMAX here in Virginia, that realistically it was just shot with, I'm getting the IMAX film quality, I guess. I'm getting the IMAX film quality and the IMAX sound, but I'm not getting the full experience because I'm not watching it on the right screen. I think that is absurd. And I feel like I should get some money back. I feel like you should not be, because you should not be able to, how much, like you said that you were fortunate enough, you have one in where you're at in Minnesota, one of the 19 in the country. I think that's crazy.
I didn't even realize that, man. I didn't know that there are only 19, but I gotta say, it was sweet in 70 millimeter, man. Christopher Nolan knows what the fuck he's doing. It was sweet.
Do you remember how much you paid for your ticket, even though it was matinee?
Matinee, $13.50. Pretty good value.
Ooh. See, that's still a lot of money. That's for matinee. So that means for regular price, do you know what it is? Probably like $17, $18.
I would imagine something like that. Yeah.
But I respect that because you have the real IMAX theater. The fact that I think my matinee, was almost the same thing, like $12, like 12 something here, and I'm not getting it in the real IMAX. I think that's preposterous. I think that's crazy. And I feel like it's almost like every IMAX theater I've been to that's not 70 millimeters, I need some money back. I need some free tickets, like all that, because that's kind of crazy. Is it not? Like, how can you even call it an IMAX experience?
Hey, you got to get your stationery out and write your local congressman facts, because that is a fucking travesty, bro.
Nah, that's definitely that's my beef of the week. I did not enjoy hearing that at all, especially not with movie prices, because I know we're getting older and I'm getting old, but movies used to be like $6.75, bro. Like, you used to be able to go to the movies with like $10, $15 and fucking ball out, get a ticket, get some fucking popcorn, a drink, and a candy.
Quick nap.
and be set. And hey, if you get a nap, you get a nap. But I think it's just crazy.
My beef of the week, Fax, is slowly becoming a beef of the month. I've been advised by my legal counsel not to comment on it publicly. It's escalating. Many furious emails were sent. I'm going to listen closely to my legal counsel because, this thing is getting a little bit ugly.
Wait. What is this? The over you going and talking about your apartment building?
Over my building manager, my apartment. It's a lot of contentious emails, mopeds stashed in inappropriate places.
Oh, that
hanging off of back of trucks. Sent out more emails about this than I could have ever possibly imagined. Chat GPT helping me out. I've retained legal counsel. Might bring it all the way up to the fucking Supreme Court. Fax. Supreme Court of Minnesota.
Time out. So did you do what you said you were going to do? Did you put it on the back of your flatbed?
Stay tuned, Fax. Stay tuned.
Oh my goodness. That's great.
We've got some other great things that have been flying around. How about some of these retro jerseys, guys? How torqued are you for some of these jersey drops that we've seen from some teams around the league?
Half to 3/4 torque for me.
Fully, because of the creamsicles, the Tampa Bay creamsicle jerseys. I feel like back in the day, for whatever reason, that was like one of the dopest, like Mitchell and Ness throwback jerseys that like dudes can buy or have a chance to buy. And they were always sold out. They were fire. And I don't know.
Warren Sapp creamsicle, Fax. Did you have one?
Yes. I did not. I wish I
Not too
did,
late.
but that shit is fire. And for whatever reason, just like you said, not all jerseys look appealing on bigger guys. And I just think about Warren Sapp wearing that creamsicle jersey, and it looked fire. Like, it looked fire, and as a team, it looks fire. The helmets that they do with it is dope, which I feel like a few of these teams, they have good jerseys, but they missed the mark with the throwback helmet for whatever reason. So I'm definitely going with the Tampa Bay creamsicle jersey.
The creamsicles are fucking sick. If I was in Tampa, I would definitely be rocking one of those. So in order from least torqued to most fully torqued, there's a couple that I think honestly are not that torqueable. The Indianapolis Colts are wearing their Indiana Knights uniform. Honestly, that kind of looks like my high school skippers. Like, shout out Minnetonka High School. It looks like our fucking high school jersey that I wore like 15 fucking years ago when I was in high school. So not torqued on that.
The Lake of Minnetonka.
Yeah, those
That's
skippers,
all I could
baby.
think. That is the only thing I could think about every time you say that. And I somewhat think it's a joke because I just think Dave Chappelle, but like to hear that you went to that high school is funny. Sorry to throw you off, but keep going.
No, you're good, man. I mean, I was the homecoming king in 2009, Fax, just so you know. So jot that down.
Let's go.
Fax thinks I don't have any Riz. He doesn't know I was a homecoming king. Moving on. The Tennessee Titans are wearing their Houston Oilers throwback uniforms. Sick. I'm torqued on those. I'm also very torqued on creamsicles, as we kind of noticed earlier. But then I think low-key torque is the fucking Seahawks throwbacks are fucking sweet. So I'm fully in on that. And then the Seahawks are actually really committing to like the throwback bit. They threw back their website too. And honestly, I really support that. So there's some pretty sick ones. And we haven't even mentioned the Kelly Green
funny? Wait.
Eagles one yet, which are also fucking sweet. Yes, facts.
Back to the Seahawks real quick. The funny thing about them with their throwbacks, I don't know, but Geno Smith, he kind of looks like a throwback quarterback for some reason. So
like Warren
he's gonna look like a Warren Moon when they throw those on, and I'm gonna be excited to see that because overall he's gonna look like a player that got like jumped from time into the future to play ball.
Just time warped into 2023, play some football. And we all know that players play so much better when teams unveil these sick uniforms. Everyone in the locker room is probably super buzzed about it. It's all they can think about heading into training camp, right, Foch?
Dude, I mean, I don't know why you're not amped coming into camp if you know that you're playing for a sick New Jersey. Everybody wants New Jerseys. You guys are hating on this. I don't get it at all.
It's the
Bro,
last
like,
thing on
that's
your
probably
fucking mind
the-
when you're
oh,
walking into the facility, dude.
It's not even on the damn list. Like if you're thinking about jerseys and you're not a franchise player or a guy who has a multi-million-dollar contract, the odds are you're gonna get cut.
Yeah.
You're gonna get cut because your priorities are not straight if you're thinking about a fucking jersey, bro.
You're going to be loving those jerseys from the couch.
In my NFL fantasies, I am a franchise player. I don't need to worry about getting cut. I'm going straight to the locker room, dude. I'm going pass go, collect my $200.
Oh my god, that's so funny. What position?
I mean, obviously, you know, there's something to be said for quarterback.
What position, bro?
I'm a quarterback for sure.
Yo, that is amazing. That is amazing. Oh man.
God bless you, young William Fauché.
Quarterback worry about throwback jerseys. Wow.
The quarterback of our pod, baby. Fax, how good does it feel? We're recording this on Tuesday, July 25th, which is usually like, I think my fucking camp, all the camps I've been to have always reported right around this time of the year. We're finally getting some football news from the NFL, and then college usually reports like next week. How fucking exciting is that? But also, how good does it feel to not be in fucking fall camp right now? I'm at my cabin like late July, August, a beautiful time of the year in the upper Midwest. So feels real good to not be in fall camp, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, but I'm not gonna lie. I was a grinder, bro. I used to fuck with camp. Like it's weird. The mental aspect of camp and just like really just fighting for your life. It's something where like I was a guy that like you're literally every single day you're fighting for your life. Like you're fighting for your life.
Yeah.
Bro, you're fighting for your future. You do dread what is about to happen. Like for vets that kind of know, like from the first day of camp, your body will never feel as good as it feels as you're walking in, taking those pictures from the paparazzi or whoever when you're walking into your dorms or hotel or your facility for the first day of camp to get your playbook and it's all smiles. You kind of know as a player, this is the last time I'm going to feel this good until next offseason.
100%. Camp is a battle of attrition, man. It's just a slow boulder moving downhill, man. Exactly what you said. Like you've been training all summer, like your body's in great shape. You go to camp, you feel good, and then every day it just starts to feel worse and worse until the end of the season. And that's all right. Like you can maybe get your body back a little bit, that brief time, those 2-3 days off you get at the end of camp right before the season starts, or maybe during the bye week, or maybe like after a Thursday night game, but you just know that that's as good as it's going to fucking get. And sometimes, like you said, like sometimes the anticipation before camp is almost worse than, actually getting there and like getting in your routine, getting set up, having everything how it goes. But there's no other way to put it, man. Fall camp is a fucking grind. Football is all that there is for fucking, 6 weeks, however long camp is that year. It's the only thing it's your main focus of every day. And you're right. It does kind of simplify your life a little bit. It is funny because when you say, you don't have to deal with outside distractions. I remember like when I was young, vets would come in, they'd be like, oh, this is the best sleep I'm going to get. Like I got 4 kids. I'm going to be in the team hotel for a month straight.
It's a different perspective. And like you think about, I think about that now, like hearing the same thing and guys just seeing like, they're like, yo, this is great. Like I get to chill. Like usually I got to go home and relieve my wife because she's been with my kids all day and like they just want to like run around and they want to see me, or she just wants some time to herself. So I got to take all the kids until it's time for me to put them to bed, and they don't have to do any like a lot of that stuff because a lot of times when the kids are probably going down to bed, like you see guys maybe at lunchtime, they're on FaceTime because, yo, I'm going to be in meetings for the rest of the night and I'm not going to be able to, like, you're going to have to let mom read you the story. Or like also too, it's fun too, like like for guys, they're getting away from their families and then just seeing the excitement of their kids and their family, being able to see them at open practices and things like that during camp. But yeah, like I definitely, like in retrospect, looking back now, like you kind of understand when those guys are saying things like that, like how much they appreciate it. And for guys that realistically that like to play the game and things like that, like you really don't get time to have time to yourself to even play the video game for 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And you might get that chance during camp when guys bring their things. But if I would give any advice for new guys starting camp, remember, you're not there to make friends. You're there to make a team. Like you should not, like I'm not saying you don't have to be friendly with people, but that time, I don't feel like any rookies, like you should be worried about playing video games, be online a long time, play video games. Like you should be in your playbook and getting a lot of rest. At the end of the day, it's going to be a long ass season. It might not seem like it, but it is. This is going to start a long season for rookies. And that's just a couple of tips that I can give from Dr. Fax. What about you, Beau? What are some tips you would give to incoming rookies?
I mean, yeah, you kind of said it, Fax. I mean, you're an undrafted guy. I was a 7th round pick. We're both grinders. You kind of have to be if you're an interior defensive lineman. You are not here to make fucking friends. Like, you just need to know. You need to completely minimize any sort of mistake on your end. Anything that you can control, you need to do your best to control it. So, like, it's the easy shit, man. You see it every year. Rookies that are fucking late. They don't understand effort, or just like, don't make the same fucking mistake twice. Don't be a guy who, you know, in a walkthrough, you're fucking up a play and then you're fucking up again during practice. Like, it's the most basic fucking shit in the world. Speaking of the most basic thing to not fuck up, don't fuck around in the hotel room. Like, don't, like you said, like, go get rest. Every year, this is something that blows my mind. I kind of love seeing it every year because it's just such a foreign concept to me. It's like, you see these guys who sneak girls into the hotel room. Like, the horniness factor is through the roof in camp. You're surrounded by dudes all fucking day. You got your camp eyes. You're locked and loaded, and you're willing to risk it all just to try to, like, dress up a girl as a football player and try to sneak her in camp. They got eyes on you, man. Like, every year, I remember seeing a dude for the Seahawks maybe last year or 2 years ago who did that exact thing. He tried to sneak a chick into the hotel room in camp and got fucking cut. And he's no longer in the NFL. It's like the most basic thing in the world. So just control the shit you can control, man. Like, don't show up late. Don't be a guy who's always fucking up the plays. Like, don't be a guy that's a liability on the field. And then don't fucking, like, let your horniness take over and try to do dumb shit like sneak girls into the team hotel. Just don't do that. It's not that hard, man. Like,
honestly, you should be a complete square. Like, you should be a square. Everyone on the team, like, realistically, until you make that team, they should think you're a square. Like, you should be sitting down in meetings before everyone walks in. You should be the guy who's sitting up front. Like, when they ask you to tell jokes and to do the rookie stuff, like, you should be a guy that, if you're smart, have all that stuff on deck. Know that stuff is coming. They're going to ask you to tell jokes. They're going to ask you to sing. Have all that stuff on deck, because realistically, like, you don't want to be the guy that everyone dislikes because of off the field stuff. Like, you have to realize that as much as it's a team sport, and, like, yes, you need to know everything team, like, also, like, you have to focus on yourself and you have to show, like, you're getting better every day, like, in camp. And, like, just know also you're going to have bad days, and coaches are going to accept to an extent. For new guys, it's going to take you a while to get the playbook. They're going to throw you in situations where you're not going to know the plays right away, but how are you going to respond to that? And the only way you can respond to that is, like, if you're going to mess up a play, and this is kind of my favorite thing to do. When I really didn't know a play, I was like, yo, I'm going to fucking jump the snap and I'm going to get off the ball as hard as I can. And I'm just going to try to fuck shit up. So after, at the very least, when they're like, yo, you didn't do the right thing, and I'm going to be like, I know, but I just went fucking 120%, and I tried to make something happen, and it did, but I didn't know what I was doing. doing. Like, own up to your mistakes also. Like, and realize, like, coaches don't give a fuck. Like, a lot of things that you're going to be told are rhetorical questions. So get used to that too, not answering back unless a coach really looks like he wants you, or he asks you something and he tells you, like, answer me. But most of the time, just listen, get coached up.
I think one of the most impressive things you can do as a young guy, especially like as a young undrafted guy or like a guy who's kind of on the roster bubble a little bit, is just don't fucking, like, you don't want to get noticed. If you can be about your business, have like good fucking solid, consistent reps, just be on top of all the shit you can control, kind of like what I talked about. That's good. Like, and I always try to do that. I was lucky because when I was a rookie in Philadelphia, like, I had some really good vet leadership, like guys who, it's not necessarily no, you don't. And I get it. It's a fucking business. Yeah, you realize that later. And I'll never forget, like, I was a 7th round pick. Damian Square is a really good fucking nose guard out of Alabama. He was maybe in his 2nd year, and he kind of knew, I came in, I was playing well, and like, he knew that I was coming for his fucking job as like a backup nose guard. And he was fucking great to me, man. Like, he wasn't all like buddy and stuff like that, because he didn't need to be, but he, like, showed me the ropes, showed me kind of how to be a professional, and like, he was cool. And he ended up getting released by the Eagles, but he played, like, I think he was most recently with the Chargers. Like, he played for a long fucking time because he was a professional and about his business. But one thing that those guys told me is, like, you don't want to get fucking noticed for anything. And I'll never forget my rookie year. Like, I'm a fucking meathead. I'm a weight room guy. And we, like, all the big guys, the O-line, D-line, used to work out like early in the morning before our first team meeting. Like, every day in camp, the schedule's kind of the same. You know what I mean? And so we had a team meeting at like 8 o'clock, and we're banging in the weight room. We got out of the weight room late, like everybody did. And I'm rushing over to this team meeting with Chip Kelly. It's the whole staff, like all the, everybody, like all the front office guys, everybody. Like, you have these big fucking team meetings every day that everybody has to go to. And so I'm rushing in late. I'm like one of the last dudes in the door, and I go to and Chip Kelly's already like up on the podium, like waiting for everybody, like ready to get into his spiel. And I go to like sit down in my chair. It was like a big fucking leg day, and my chair just fucking shattered, explodes, bro. Like, I sat down that bitch a little too hard. I had camp legs. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, what do? I'm laying on the ground in, like, the remnants of this fucking busted-ass chair. Everybody's laughing because it was, like, loud as fuck. You know how, like, shit happens in camp and you just need to die? Fucking, I'll never forget, like, Jason Kelsey, who's, like, one of my good fucking buddies, another guy that, like, took me under his wing as a rookie, gets out of his chair, like, 3 rows down, comes up, walks over me, and is just laughing in my fucking face. And Chip is, like, just annoyed as fuck because the whole like meeting room got derailed. He's like, we gotta fucking get this thing. Like, I didn't know what to do. Like, I like kind of like got up out of the wreckage of this chair and like took a knee on the ground. My D-line coach just, go fucking sit down somewhere. His name's Jerry Azanera. So I just got up shamefully and like found some open chair in the back of the fucking room. So I guess what I'm saying, I was mortified, bro. I was so red, so sweaty. My heart is pounding. I'm like, Chip Kelly's going to fucking hate my guts now because this is the only thing he knows about rookie Beau Allen is that I just shattered the fuck out of this chair and caused this big scene and delayed his meeting. So what I'm saying is, as a rookie, do everything you can to like not have some shit like that happen, all right? Go test the structural integrity of your chair before you sit down in it. But it is funny, man. Like, people ask me, like, like, do you miss fall camp? And you do, because you miss like the intensity, you miss the routine, you miss the guys. You miss football, obviously, but it's also like small fucking things you miss too. Like
the fights.
The fights are exhilarating, man. But I was going to say, like, you're sitting in meeting rooms. One thing we used to make the rookies do is like we make them like bring in a mobile detailer, like get our cars detailed, or like bring in a barber for a haircut, like during camp. Or my fucking favorite thing is like provide snacks to the meeting room. So like the rookies would always have to get like really good fucking candy, and like they go around talk to all the vets. So we always got like Albanese gummy bears, and the candy in the meeting room is like low key one of the best parts about camp, because you get done with practice, you're fucking tired as fuck in the meeting room. You throw in a lip or a Zin like we talked about, Foch, a nice little coffee Zin.
Zin wasn't around when I was in the league, bro.
Same. That would have been dangerous. But you throw in a dip, like, it's so funny. You'll be in the meeting rooms after practice, and one person will start packing a dip, and then about 5 seconds later, you hear everyone start reaching to their bag and start packing one, and then one person will get up for the candy, you know, and then he'd be like, "Hey, get me some." And you're just in there just housing candy while you're watching film. It's
As a
honestly
rookie,
a pretty good thing.
so I lucked up because as a rookie, I was a part of the draft class with Jason Pierre-Paul and Linville Joseph, undrafted. Me, shout out to my boy Victor Cruz. We
Young
as
Wales.
a rookie, yeah, as a rookie, I was a part of a D line where I was on the practice squad, but like you're talking about, the guys who were drafted, JPP and Linville, they kind of got the big contracts that year. They were drafted 1 and 2, first round, second round. So all of the money obligations, luckily, like I never really had to chip in on, but I always had to be the one to go pick up shit. And like before games and flights, the fucking order that they would get from fucking Popeyes, would be
Yeah.
absurd, bro. Would be so absurd. The amount of biscuits and pieces
That's a
of
full
chicken.
roster too. You know, like
Oh my goodness.
So the rookie's not only in charge of stocking the meeting room with snacks, but when you're like, you know, in camp, if you're going to like a preseason game or something like that, like they have to get all the Popeyes for all the guys on the plane, which is fucking amazing. That's another thing you miss too. So you see, and then like you hear every time, like, don't be late, don't be the last one on the plane, don't be the last one. And then these rookies got to go fill these massive fucking Popeyes
Orders,
so you see them sprinting, like
Hustling.
they're usually like the last sprinting with like 16 bags of fucking Popeyes to try to be the last, and they're the last person on the flight. Because you know that their ass is getting left behind.
Shout out to Timex, where we used to practice, the Giants facility. Their cafeteria, bro, those gummy bears you're talking about, they had the gourmet like gummy bears. So like that made everything as a rookie a little bit easier because you would just have to, it wasn't like you had to go out and buy candy. It was just like you would just have to make pre-made cups for certain guys. And low key, I could have seen it as annoying, but it wasn't that annoying like for me because I just started just to do it like all the time. But OCU Miura, he like right before meetings would start, he would always ask a rookie like, yo, like you could go give me some gummy bears, and it will always be like, bro, like, yo, like we got 5 minutes, we got like 8 minutes before meeting starts, and Coughlin was like a 5 minute before guy, so like dudes would be hustling. So it got to the point for me that I just literally would fill up a cup and put a top on it and put it on his desk like every day. And for real, I feel like to this day that helped me be like cool with OCU Miura. Like after he was like, yo, you're a smart rookie. He's like, I like the fact that like you don't get pissed off about it, because OC definitely was a guy that he was trying to get under guys' skin and just to see how they would react. And it was just a funny thing for him. And I just always think about that shit because those gummy bears were good as hell, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, bro. People don't understand that candy is the secret, ingredient that makes these NFL locker rooms and meeting rooms work during camp. I was reading this article recently. Check out this headline: Sports Illustrated. Seahawks DK Metcalf eats just one meal a day in bizarre candy-centric diet. And DK is fucking yoked up. Yeah, there it is. I see you. You got the gummies ready to go, dude. What do we got there?
Yo, I got the Troll Sweet Peach rings.
Trolley?
And then the
Lifesaver gummy collisions, and neons. Let's go, dude. Bust that shit open, man. Big candy pod. But I thought this was so funny. So DK Metcalf, who was like notoriously fucking yoked out of his mind. Remember like all the draft pictures of him before? Just like 6% body fat, 6'4". He's like 220. He's fucking chasing dudes down after like interceptions and stuff. Turns out he's entirely fueled by candy, which I fucking love. Because, like, when I was playing in the NFL, I looked just like DK Metcalf, bro. I was fucking yoked out of my mind, super cut up, looking really good, super athletic on the field. And I also had a bizarre candy-centric diet. So I totally get it. I mean, when he walked through his meal on KG's podcast, and KG asked him about nutrition, and he's like, I'm the worst person to ask that. I eat one meal a day, drink one coffee, and eat like 3 bags of candy.
You got to watch KG's face when he says this.
His reaction to that is absolutely fucking amazing. He goes, nah, see, I'm a gummy type guy. So you get the lifesavers, probably the neons or the collisions that you're rocking right there. Facts. Very good candy. So, I mean, I get it, man. I mean, I'm a guy. Nutrition is very important to me. So, like, this candy centric diet is fucking absolutely, I'm about it. I'm about it. That's how I lost 60 pounds is by stopping playing, is just gave up candy for like 2-3 months. Boom. Weight fell right off.
This article actually pissed me off because it's just like, what the hell is the point of lying about this? And what is the point? This is almost equivalent to me when people get mad, like, about rappers, like rapping about stuff that they're not doing, rapping about like doing crimes or doing whatever, because what point are you trying to push? So now kids growing up are like, yo, yeah, I can have a body like that and I could just eat fucking candy. I can eat one meal a day and I can eat candy. Look at DK Metcalf. He can run fast. He's big. He's strong. But he's really trying to push that. It's just like, I just don't understand what the allure is of doing this, like, for him. It's just like, yeah, maybe you've had a couple of days where you're busy, you're running around, and because what all this is telling me is you're either like, I don't know, like, I don't even know, like, do you not have a girlfriend? Like you have that type of, like, you don't go out to fucking eat. Like, there's no way in hell you're just eating 3 bags of candy and drinking a Starbucks coffee.
No, I think he for sure is, bro, because he was talking about it specifically. He goes, at 4:30, I ordered some candy and a water. Got the Skittles gummies. Then I got the Lifesaver Creations. That's what you rocking right now, Fax. They're the same size bag, so I mix them. Get the gummy, get the candy, get the water, and eat that. That's going to hold me till like 8 o'clock. This is a guy that fucking knows his candy, man. He's got these niche flavors that he's mixing up. He's fucking about it. And the best part about this is he goes, I order some candy. Like, he's not going out and getting it. He's ordering this shit on GoPuff, just like me and you, Fax. And I fucking love it. I want to see his, like, I'm a big GoPuff guy. I'm like,
so I said the only way,
what's it called? The fam?
He's part of the fam. He's part of the fam.
He's part of the fam.
Oh, yeah. Fam 10. I'm part of the fam. I definitely had that.
I'm part of the fam.
Yeah, we're a huge GoPuff candy pod, baby. Shout out GoPuff. Hey, so actually, can we use this segment to, like, basically just beg GoPuff to sponsor us? Like, GoPuff, we fucking
look, I'll say
need
this,
it, man.
This is the only thing that would make me take back what I just said about DK Metcalf is if he has some type of gummy bear line coming out and or some type of coffee brand coming out. I would accept this and see this as a rollout. But realistically, this is no different than saying I'm on steroids and not being on steroids. Like, what's the point? Like, honestly, like, what's the point? Because, like, now
the point is that he loves candy and he wants everyone to know how much he loves candy. And he's just a fucking genetic freak that can eat one meal a day and drink one coffee and then eat like 5 bags of candy. And I understand this facts because I'm a genetic freak just like DK Metcalf. I've been doing this my whole life.
Listen, I'll be pissed if I had like a restaurant that has DK Metcalf on the wall or he goes to and eats that a lot. Like, I'll be pissed. Like, yo, this motherfucker, you could have shouted my restaurant out and you're saying that you just eat fucking candy all day? Like, that's crazy. And I bet his mom, like if his parents or his family members, if they have family dinners, they're going to be like, yo, you're a liar, bro. Like, you're a liar.
His mom probably makes like some nice ass meal for everybody, you know, and then just gives him a plate of Lifesavers Creations and Skittles.
But I don't know what
DK's just candy. Like us.
Listen,
he's like, just like us, man. He's a candy fiend. I fucking love that. Let him live. Let him eat his candy, man.
And he's going for the GoPuff sponsorship. It's all he wants. For the GoPuff. All he wants is GoPuff. That's what we need, Facts. GoPuff, if you're listening, please sponsor our fucking podcast. We're all part of the members. Remember when we did the live watch? We had young intern William Fauché. We GoPuff for the boys.
Nerds, gummy clusters, high chews, Lifesaver Creations. Come on, we need this shit, man. Sponsor us, GoPuff. Come, I'm begging you.
Let's go.
Big nutrition pod. Candy. That's how you get yoked up like DK Metcalf. Eat a fuck ton of candy. I approve that message.
Fax, the board is yours. Do you want to hold on to it or pass it off to Beau this week?
No, I got it. Guys, I want everyone out there to remember, comparison is a thief of joy. Do your own thing out there, all right? And tune in to Fax the King every Wednesday And we appreciate everyone for tuning in last week. We had a great show, great showing out. Appreciate all the fans. Appreciate the interaction. Remember, it's Fax the King across all social media platforms. We love when you guys interact with us, ask us questions, things you want to see. If there's a segment that you guys really don't like or understand, just shout us a holler and we can explain it, or we could find something else to do. This show is going to be catered to you guys, and we're excited for more new content coming soon. So make sure you turn on those notification bells and like, comment, and subscribe on the YouTube page.